Well, you're used to this shit, I'm not.
It's very straightforward now, there won't be any tricky questions in it. There's only talk away as if the two of us were only having a conversation. It is very relaxed. And if you're trying to relax a bit more, look at the state and Loughnane up in that joke and he's trying to figure out what it is.
That's true. Doesn't make you relax.
Tell him he's faced the wrong way. Right, Sean Delaney, Temple 2 Farm Machinery.
Yes.
Sean, I'm in TFM 23 years and you were here before me, so
yes.
Take us back to when it started and what brought you in the gates of TFM. What were you doing?
What was I doing? I started here in '99 and was doing, well, it started off just tidying and cleaning and doing all that.
Okay.
And went from there. And
there's a little bit more to it than that now, like 99, that puts you 26 years in the place.
26 years, yeah.
Apart from being Jimmy Butler's right hand man on the day to day around the place, there's a little bit more to what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I would say I was in the workshop and moving machinery and driving combines all over the place and all that. And
you were definitely the main logistics man for many years before we really came up to speed with the lorries.
Yeah,
you could be
the lorries weren't really going as strong then.
What's the furthest you ever brought a combine? Rosslare, I think, is it?
Rosslare. We left here one morning at 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and we got there at 2 o'clock that day. And
what a journey with a combine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good old days, yes.
And New Holland.
Of course, you've moved on a good bit since then. You're still based here in Temple 2, but
yeah,
now still. I suppose you're better known to everyone as the paint man here.
The paint man here.
You're the one that pretty much spearheaded and started up the whole TFM refurb side of things.
Yeah.
I know Kevin is working with you up there now, but you have your own spray booth and things here. Tell us a bit how that started. And
well, it started off. John Keenan asked me about, to know would I have an interest in it. So I said I'd try it and see.
Yes. And
I said I'd see how it go. And I got to like it. And the more of I done it, the more I liked. So it sort of went from there. We started off in a container.
Yeah.
So we did, and we're spraying in a container. It was in the container for a year and a half, I think. Yeah, a year and a half. And then we took over the end of the shed, one of the big sheds. We sheeted it down and made a proper shed out of it. And we moved the container in there then as well, and we used that as a spray booth. And sort of went from there, and in the last year then we've bought a proper spray booth. And that's flying it. So it is.
And what type of work are you doing, Sean? What's the majority of what you're doing?
Majority of the sales work, like, we're very busy with the sales, like wheels, bonnets, steps.
Generally,
the
items needed to tidy up a tractor.
Tidy up a tractor.
Okay.
And
so talk us through a process there at the moment. I know you have a tractor there, or a set of wheels there belong to me, like, but the decision made around refurbing a tractor from a paint point of view, like what's taken into account when we arrive in here with a 10-year-old tractor, and like,
well, you have to draw a line somewhere with it, like, do you know what I mean? But usually, in fairness to you, we sit down and we talk about it.
Yes.
And we decide between the two of us what we're going to do. And then when we've decided what we're going to do to the tractor, you're happy, I'm happy, and the job is done. So,
well, sure, as we all know, John Deere paint on the wheels tends to fade. That yellow tends to fade and peel. It doesn't age well.
No.
Even though John Deere green does age very well, the John
green,
Deere yellow doesn't.
The yellow is bad.
So a set of wheels, and there's no doubt about it, it does make a tractor look.
It does, yeah.
Look different.
Well, in my point of view, and the way I look at it is, I'm doing it every day, but I usually advise them to do the steps, the wheels, and the grills, and
you could nearly say that about any make or model.
No matter, you know.
Yeah.
I know the wheels are nearly if you get away with the wheels just make the tractor. It's like putting a set of valleys on a car. That's the way what the yellow does to the wheels, like, do you know what I mean? But or whatever colour you're spraying them.
So when you're doing a set of wheels here, Sean, what's the process still? We land the wheels in here, we off the tractor.
Yeah.
What's your process of doing them?
My process then is into the sandblaster. They're sandblasted. They're brought back out. Then, say, I pre-clean them down. I break them down in the tyre machine, break down the tyres, and then I wrap them with cling film. And I cut the wrap then and push it in around the tyre, because I don't remove the tyre. Take it into the spray booth, there's prime then, 2 coats of epoxy primer, and then 2 coats of yellow.
Okay.
And that's basically it then. Bring them back out, take off the wrap, just blow up the tyre. So doesn't mean then that they don't have to go back near the tyre machine, because 9 times out of 10 you'll mark them. Do you know what I mean? So it's only a matter of just blowing them up.
A lot of people do ask that question, why don't you take the wheels off of the rim? But the reality of it is, it's not the taking them off is the problem.
No,
it's trying to put them back on again without undoing all the good work you've done.
Yeah, and a lot of the tyre guys will tell you the same thing. Do you know what I mean? It just takes that little bit longer. You're trying to...
And fresh paint.
Yeah. And paint don't dry over. Like, I know when you spray a set of rims this evening, and tomorrow morning you can blow up the tyre again and put it back in the tractor, but at the end of the day the tyre isn't, or the paint isn't, it takes roughly 10 days for the paint to fully cure. Do you know what I mean? So what you comes, a lot of people won't wait that long. So,
and tell me, Sean, just before we go away from the subject of the refurb, like, where do you see, where's the next level now in TFM refurb? I know I said Kevin is working with you full time up there. We've just put in the spray booth there in the last 12 months, which you're getting massive use out of there. I see inside today. But where do you see, where would you like to see a TFM refurb going next?
Well, we're hoping to expand it more.
Okay.
Down the road, say maybe in the next few years. It's like every road wasn't built in a day, but say we're hoping to bring more of the tractors here, more of the sales tractors here, and all the work is done here, and try to take on 2 or 3 more people, do you know, sandblasting and cleaning and washing and doing all that type of work, like, do you know what I mean? So what you comes, that's what we
should be noted. Tom is with you 2 days a week. Tom is here, and Tom does all the valeting and the cleaning.
He does, yeah. Like, Tom's great, like, do you know what I mean?
And he's very thorough and meticulous. Like,
yeah, no, he does.
In fairness to him,
he does it.
So you see that developing more here as a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Get in and do from top to bottom.
Do top to bottom, and what you comes, hopefully have them parked out the back then, ready to go for sale. That's what we're hoping to do. That's what we're looking at. Yeah.
Well, you're here long enough to know, but if it's working, Jimmy Butler and Joe Butler won't stop you from doing it.
No, they won't stop you from doing it. No.
Always encouraged to shove on. If it's working, yes, we'll look at it more and we'll push it on more. So that one. So, right, we'll go back a little bit again now. Okay. So you have seen an awful lot of changes here. There's no doubt about it since you came in '99. What's some of the most memorable things you've seen happen in the place? You've been Jimmy's, I won't say right-hand man, but you've been very close to Jimmy when he's doing a lot of development and things around the place. What's the biggest projects you've seen, the most significant changes you've seen in TFM? What sticks in your head?
Well, I tell you what sticks in my head here is, when I started here in '99, TFM was here and was in Clonmel and Portlaoise, and that was for a few years. And
in Escarty, of course, that time was tied up to Jimmy and Joe's sister. Of course, yes.
And you might be down there an odd bit, but what you comes, just seeing the way it has grown, the way the company has grown since '99, like a lot more staff. Do you know what I mean? Like, before you knew everybody because there wasn't as many people working here at the time when I was here, but now there's a lot more. Like, there could be, when I started here, I think it was maybe, I don't know, was there 50 people, 60 people?
I saw an interesting email last night that I had found. I was researching for some stuff and I found this email from 2015 that I'm assuming it came from Jimmy at the time, but I didn't actually read it, or it was probably Pat Costello, and it talked about there being 54 staff in the place. And I thought, that sounds kind of small when you think that there's 175 staff here today. Like,
do you know?
And
when I started that, like, that was a lot of people. It was a big company then, like, do you know what I mean? But the way the company has grown since then, do you know? It's just, there's so many faces. It's hard to, you don't know half their names anymore because, well, then you wouldn't be meeting them the whole time. But like, when you know them a lot more. It's just how the company grows, like, do you know what I mean?
When you get to the stage where the young lads know you, but you don't know the young lads. Yeah, I'm suffering from a little bit of that myself now, and it's a thing I hate is not knowing somebody's name.
But
it is that lad, he's going, well, Dave, and you're kind of going, how are you? Because you don't. Right.
The buildings.
Buildings.
Do you know
Well,
what
there's
I mean?
no doubt about it, but our men do like to build.
They do. Do you
They
know?
do.
And
Like even the building we're sitting here underneath, this was probably one of the biggest builds I saw. The first builds when Jimmy built this unit here at the back of the depot in Temple Toohey.
yeah.
This was a massive building. Now small by today's standards, but this was a huge venture. Apart from the workshop, this was a greenfield site.
Well,
He's since gone on to develop Portlaoise into a massive. They done when Joe himself went back to Enniscorthy, like that's just second to none. Like that is a state of the art.
Oh, it is, yeah.
You know, there was nothing spared and nothing like it was looked at as this has to do us for the next generation. You know, and it's tremendous foresight.
Yeah,
it's one thing you'd always.
You have to take your hat off to them too. Like, do you know what I mean? In fairness,
and if you thought it was big enough, they'd go bigger.
Oh, they go bigger, yeah.
They could always see further on down the line that eventually it'll be too small.
Yeah, and they were right.
They were
right. Like, do you know what I mean?
They were right, very much so. Like we are struggling in some of the depots now for space.
You
know what I mean? And they were huge back in the time.
Like we're lucky enough here. We have the space now, but back maybe say when I started here, you come in that gate there now. There was a hedge coming down from the top of the yard down, and the power washer bay was there. I'll always remember over there, see where the concrete is actually.
Yes.
Do you know? And where we were sitting, this was green. Do you know?
This was a field.
And look at it now with sheds and everything. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they're the changes I see. But then I'm lucky enough to be here that long to see the changes. Like, do you know what I mean? And the way everything has grew and grew and grew. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's still growing. Like, you're still seeing changes. Like, so.
What do you like the most about the machinery trade, Sean? And you've worked in lots of aspects of it there now, but like what's your one little piece of? I know what you're doing now. You definitely enjoy it. I know just by listening to you enjoy it.
Yeah, no. Well, you like to you see the new type tractors coming in. Do you know you get to see them for the new John Deere's there coming in, or the new models coming out, or the new harvesters. Do you know you actually.
But sir, in '99 you would have seen the start of the 10 series.
10 series, yeah.
20 series, 30 series, first of the M's.
Yes.
The M is still there today, but of course it has manifested itself in three different shapes at this stage. John Keenahan spoke there at one stage about the change in harvesters. Like when he started here in '96, he talked about the trailed harvester. And we talked about horsepower changes. At that stage you had 120 horsepower driving it. To what's the standard harvester in 2018 was an 8.6, which would be about 600 and something horsepower. So they're the changes. So you've seen as many changes as he's seen.
And even driving them around. Do you know, going from a 6.810 to what we're sitting in now. Do you know what I mean? The cab, everything, such like it's nice to still get to see that, like, do you know what I mean? So.
And driving harvesters wasn't unknown. I know when I started in TFM, it was a big job, and driving combines.
Yeah.
Shortly before I started, like it was to drive a harvester from Clonmel to Portlaoise wasn't unheard of.
No, it wasn't.
Today it would automatically go up into the lorry.
Oh, it would, yeah.
We would have driven them things. We had no choice.
No.
And if you needed to get a lad going in a hurry,
you still had no choice.
Two fellas that hit off and pick up a harvester, and if you were lucky, there was two more fellas coming to meet you. But that didn't always happen. Like, we've driven through the night. I know that you've known that. Like, I've appeared at the toll bridge in Waterford at 5 o'clock in the morning with a combine. Do you know, and your one is listening, what is that? So it is. We are lucky, I suppose. It has progressed that side of it. That we're not asked to do them things too often.
Well, it is true, yeah. Do you know?
But they were the things we did back in the time.
And there was a lot of late evenings and early mornings there, moving stuff, because you had no choice. There was no other way of moving it. Like, do you know what I mean? So
it is different time, definitely in that side.
You know.
Sean, last question. You're not quite near the Pat Delaney, Francis McCormick stage of retiring yet.
No, I'm not.
You don't see yourself moving on out of TFM, I have known, but you have a whole herd of young lads at home. Would you encourage them to get into the trade?
I have two boys at home and a girl. No, the girl has no interest in machinery, but...
And she did work here for a while. She worked in admin for a while, didn't she?
She did, yeah.
She worked in the stores for summer, yeah.
Cormac was here, Cormac was here, he was helping me there. He was washing and cleaning tractors there last summer, and he was coming then say when he was on midterm or anything like that, he'd come here as well. But no, he's actually doing his leaving there now at the minute. So unfortunately, he doesn't. He's mindset in electrician.
Right.
But what you call, I wouldn't. If he wanted to do mechanicking, I wouldn't talk him out of it. Like, do you know what I mean? Okay. So what you call, now the other lad is only 8, Ronan. So I have to give him a few more years.
Capable of doing anything, of course, at 8 years of age. Yeah, yes. He could be today. He could be the Taoiseach. Tomorrow he could be a plumber. Yeah, so that's
you just don't know.
Yeah, you have to run with that too for a while.
You know,
right.
So
okay, not so bad.
No, I wouldn't talk anyone out of not being a mechanic. Like, do you know what I mean? It's, you know, it's you see the boys in there, they like it, and do you know what I mean? So
well, the one strong thing about TFM, and it's always been said, if you go back, the place is built on mechanics. But they're not all working on as mechanics.
No.
You know what I mean? And in TFM especially, I think lots of lads will always say, if you want to move on from being a mechanic after so many years, the opportunities are here inside the gate, aren't they? In some shape or form.
And it's actually nice to see that, because, like, you see, like, even John Keenan there and Paul O'Connor and a few of them, they were all good, qualified, you know, mechanics, but so it's like everything. Nobody, they like say, you have to do it for what, 25 years. Some people like to stay doing it, more people don't.
The opportunity to reinvent yourself is there. You know what I mean? There's not too many places, and as I said, how many more, and we'll refer to the man gently as the lunatic, Jimmy Butler, would encourage a lad to go respraying tractors here in the corner of the yard.
Oh, he would, yeah.
Because he could see the benefit of it. But he could see that, you know, he was able to embrace the passion. And Joe the same, like, they can see things in lads.
Oh, they can, yeah.
This will be good for us if it works, and it'll be good for him. Do you know what I mean? Like, so staff retention is a big thing here in TFM. Like, there's a lot of lads here a long time.
Oh, there is, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
You being one of them, but there is fellas with longer time served than you.
Oh, there is, sure. Yeah. Sure, Pat's there, and Eugene and Francis.
Francis told me this morning he's here since 1985.
And John Furlong, God be good to him.
God be good to him. The man was only late the rest during the week. Yeah.
Do you know?
Long-serving man with John Deere and the TFM when we went back to Enniscorthy, but before that, he served for a long time. With Kay and Tom Hurley down there. So he was there. John is a long time TFM man, so he is. Sean, pleasure as always.
David, thank you.
Much.
No problem.